Thank you. Thank you very much. How nice of you. I'm just sitting here thinking about what a great experience this is for me and my wife Margaret to be here, and how typical it is really of Hightower. Here we've got a lot of good friends, and a lot of you all are good friends of Hightower's and have been for a long time. Down home music, honest food, serious commitment, but never so serious that you can't laugh a little bit. All of that just sort of epitomizes Hightower to me. And I also want to say it's good to be with what I think he is called nearly a lifelong co-conspirator, Susan DeMarco, is around here. I always said Hightower's tough as a badger. And Betsy Moon, we were talking last night. One time she used to work for Hightower, and she said that she was doing an article on him, and she talked to his high school football coach. Imagine Hightower as a football player, and she asked his coach what kind of football player was he, and the coach said he was like a buzzsaw. It didn't matter how big they were or what was ahead of him, he went through them like a buzzsaw. That's Hightower. Fearless. He got me involved in a lot of things, but one time he got me involved in setting up a Folk Life Foundation. He wrote up the legislation to place it in the Library of Congress, and I held hearings on it in a subcommittee I headed, but they were very unusual kind of hearings. Hightower set this up too. We went to the old Reimer Auditorium, the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, and we, instead of the sort of the formal hearing you think of with a congressional hearing, we had a lot of these old-time hillbilly stars, people like Doc Watson and Uncle Dave Macon and String Bean, no amplification. They performed their good old honest down-home music. It was a wonderful time. We went across afterwards, Hightower and I did, over to Tootsie's Bar right there next to Reimer Auditorium, and it was very crowded, and Hightower in those days had a little longer hair than he does now. And I noticed across against the wall was a Marine in uniform who kept eyeing Hightower. This great big guy, one of these white sidewall haircuts and so forth. And after a while he got up, and I thought to myself, my God, he's coming over here. And he was. He just made a beeline for Hightower. Well, I kind of moved out the way a little bit. He bent over and said something to Hightower, and Hightower never flinched when he came over. And Hightower shook his head no. And the Marine walked away, and I said to him, I said, what did that guy say to you? He said, you know where we could score something? Committed. Hightower's a person that believes in people power, people before profits, and I think that's the kind of message that we need a lot more of, and he's been working at it a good while, and I think to great effect. Harry Truman said in Washington, if you want a friend, get a dog. But luckily, much better than a dog, I had Hightower when I was there. A great old Western painter said, Charlie Russell said, when I had nothing, I always had friends. And that's the way Hightower has been. If he's your friend for life. And he is a friend. Jim Hightower.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Fred Harris, what a joy to be romping up and down the road with him over the years and back together here. I got to tell you, it just makes me happier than a flea at a dog show to be standing up here looking out at all you scruffy populists, you truth seekers, longtime friends, as Fred says, and fellow agitators here in this center of enlightenment and erudition to wallow in the glorious democratic spirit of populism. You know, for me, spending the day talking politics and culture, which we've been doing this afternoon, absorbing great grassroots music, which we're going to do more of, it's been my life ambition to open for the Austin Lounge Lizards.